Okay, so this is my very, very first attempt at this. I want to do something more like in depth, like slides and stuff, but for right now, just to get one out of the way, because I've missed multiple Roostlings reports. This is the Roostling Report. This is where I want to hear from you what you did this week, what you play, what you do, what life events did you have that went on that you want to talk about. And this little piece here is just me talking about my bullshit. And then I hope that you guys will post your bullshit. And yeah, we've been doing it for a little while via text. I've kind of wanted to always move it this way, but I'm lazy. Well, not lazy. I'm overworked, really. So yeah, this is the Roostlin Report. So for me, life stuff wise, kids have started school. My daughter started kindergarten, which is crazy to me. I'm getting just older and older. 56 now, so that's rough on me. Um, Other than that, I had a birthday, my 56-year-old birthday, so that was cool. My buddy Adam came down, the co-founder of the Phoenix Roost here, and he had this just cool fucking thing. He gave me an animated Batman video, and on it was a hand-drawn QR code, and within that QR code was another video that popped up that is like the first episode of Yu-Gi-Oh kind of thing, but he was playing as Pegasus, and I will post that later in the Roostling Report as well. Um, but the other thing has just been work. It's been work, work, work. My boss has been sick for 2 weeks. I've been working like 16-hour shifts and the bullshit. 60 hours last week. Just exhausted. Just get little amounts of time to myself, which has not been super great. You know, living the dream, but I'm very tired of living that dream. So that's where I've been. However, I have played some cool games. Games wise, for my birthday, Adam set up a bunch of Mario Kart mods and Smash Bros mods, which was really neat. They're just a bunch of different, like thousands of tracks of Mario Kart that we played. We didn't play through all thousand, but a bunch of them. They were really cool. And Smash Bros. It added in a few characters, like the character from Mischief Makers and the piano from Mario 64, stuff like that. I've also been playing my addiction, Summoner's War, which is just crazy addicting. Guillermo got me into that, and we finally have been able to beat the Tartarus dungeon with the guild, so that's been pretty cool. And I got one of the Devil Girl, Maiden Demon Girls, that is the new monster, which is awesome as well. Trying to get the other two, but it probably won't happen because the RNG in the game is meant for you to pay for it, and I won't pay any money for this game, so it is what it is. I also played a PC game called Tyrion 2000, or probably messing that up, but it's like a shump, like a kind of a simplistic shump because it's a little bit easy. But when you're shooting shit, you get money and stuff, and you upgrade your ship and you keep going. I beat episode 1 of it. It's pretty fun, but it's very simple for a shump. I'm used to playing things that just kick the shit out of me, so I can't beat them at all. And this is kind of a nice refresher because I'm able to actually do the thing. I've also been playing Zen Pinball 3 a bunch. I've got the first Zen Pinball and Zen Pinball 2 on different multiple systems. So I have some on the Switch, I have some on the 360, some on the PS3. And then I was like, hey, I should just start rebuying tables and getting all the stuff on the PC. Stupid, but I only have the free 2 tables right now. I've been playing the Sorcerer's table, which is pretty cool. It's like 2 little kids investigating the Sorcerer's dungeon and like ghosts and stuff, but on a pinball table. But yeah, it's a neat game. You should check out. It's free. At least the first 2 tables are on Steam and pretty much everywhere else, I think. I've also been playing a bunch of Fortnite. The new season dropped. The last season sucked bad. It was this like dinosaur stuff that was okay for like a minute, but all the weapons just blew. This season's got a bunch of heist stuff going on, which is okay. It's just a lot of AI enemies, but all of the weapons just kick ass. And so it's been a good time. Pokemon, been playing a lot of Pokemon, trying to get the Pokédex completed before the DLC drops. Yeah, I spent like 3 days searching for a Starly, which was stupid because they're supposed to be everywhere and I couldn't find one. And then I just turned the game on and boom, there's a Starly in front of me. So it was like kind of cool, but at the same time annoying. Now I'm trying to get a Petalil. I pronounce Pokemon names wrong, but it's this little petal Pokemon. It's also supposed to be not super rare, and I cannot find one, so having a lot of fun with that. Been playing Street Fighter 5 just to try to get through it. I've been throwing through the arcade mode. I beat The three, because it's in stages, Street Fighter 1, Alpha, and all of that in arcade mode, which is kind of cool for Street Fighter 5. But I'm in the Street Fighter 4 arcade now, and I've run through a couple of the guys on that, which brings me to Street Fighter 6, which I've also been playing. So I just got that for my birthday, and oh my gosh, it's so fucking fun. It's probably one of the funnest games or Street Fighters that I've played in a while. It flows really well. It feels good. The only downside is, when competitive, you can't use classic controls. You have to use the modern controls, which I really don't like, because a couple of the buttons are mapped to the special moves, which is, it feels unnatural for me. I'm trying to get used to it. I've been getting the crap kicked out of me online because I keep trying to combo the special moves from old past characters that I know, and it's not working. And then I'm like, oh right, it's hit triangle, and that's how you do that. But a lot of the newer characters are super fun. Rashid's a DLC character, and I have the season pass, so I got him, and he's very fast, a very quick fighter. Very fun to play as. Cammy plays like Cammy should, and she's my main normally, so that's been fun. Yeah, and then I have been watching. So I watched this movie called Inherit the Dragon. It's this weird little movie that I just found on like a streaming service. I run decision roulettes because I can't decide what to do with my spare time because I get anxiety and I get freaked out. And then I end up not doing anything because I just get overwhelmed with the amount of things that I could do or want to do and the tiny amount of free time I have. So I just run a roulette, and it landed on a movie, and it landed on a streaming service, so I landed on this movie. It's got a Josh Burnett in it, who's like an actor that just disappeared but is in this. He's pretty good in it. All the actors are pretty good, but overall, like, sorry, there's a work update. I'm gonna knock that on out. Mess with my schedule again, probably, so that's gonna be fun. But anyway, there's like 3 local drug dealers, and they're trying to, like, one of them's trying to get out of it, and then the younger brother's trying to get into it, and the sister's just kind of like a psychopath, but she's not really, but kind of is. It's a super, super depressing movie, and it's not super well written, but all the actors do a really good job in it. I tried to watch the Flash movie twice, and I have fallen asleep both times. Partially my fault, because I keep putting it on right when it's like bedtime-ish, but also it's just like, I don't know, man. I don't care about this movie, I guess. Like, the Flash himself, Ezra Miller, human piece of shit. But acting-wise, I honestly am not, like, connecting with it either. Like, the double Ezra Miller thing is just kind of like, okay, whatever. The baby scene at the beginning is hilarious, and there's some just random bullshit that I'm like, what the fuck? But I have fallen asleep twice. I've gotten up to basically the point where they've released Supergirl both times, and Zod's just about to come back. I try for another time, but I haven't been able to do it. I've got back into Naruto, and I'm just swimming in fucking filler right now. It's not terrible filler at the moment, but it's still just filler nonetheless. I've also been watching a lot of WWE because I got this Peacock thing, which lets me watch all the big events. So I've been getting back into that. And I watched Payback, which the Judgment Day guys have won basically all the titles now. They're the bad guys. But there was a cool beginning match with Trish Stratus and Becky Lynch. Trish Stratus was an older female wrestler I used to watch when I was a kid. So that was cool to see her come back. They did a whole cage match that was pretty good. I've read a bit of the Game of Thrones book, but not very much. Honestly, though, the Bran stuff is a lot better in the book than it was in the show. Dude, I hated Bran and all the kid bullshit in the show. But in the book, it's a lot more fleshed out, and it's just more interesting to actually read. I also finished up Doom Patrol Volume 4, which, it's weird. It's not bad. It's just, like, perfectly regular comic book shit, and for Doom Patrol to be that is kind of sad. Because the Grant Morrison stuff, and the lady whose name I don't know, I feel bad after him, did a really great job of just making it its own thing. Like, just super crazy bullshit always happening. And this kind of just is a paint by numbers. Oh, this is a superhero team. They interact with the Justice League all the time, and this and that. And there's not a lot of weird stuff going on. There was an issue where, oh my gosh, I've just blanked out on his name. See, so it comes of being a stoner. Hold on. Robot Man. I don't know why I can't remember that. So there's a issue where Robot Man goes back in time, kind of, in his brain, and it brings it back to Volume One Doom Patrol issue, which is pretty cool. But other than that, it's a whatever thing. Um, been listening to a lot of music lately. Still on that Willie Nelson kick. I've been trying to get through his discography. I've skipped 4 of his CDs without even liking a single song on Spotify because I just all bad or it's shit that I've already heard. He's such a large discography that I just run into, oh, that's a pretty good song. Oh, I've already liked that song, so this doesn't matter. Oh, this is just a bunch of covers or kind of crap that just doesn't sound very good. I also listened to the Lookism CD, which is a show on Netflix, I guess. A guy on Summoner's War in the random chat had recommended a song from it, and so I just listened to the whole CD. It's pretty great. I also listened to the Celtic Tavern music CD that I just randomly found on Spotify, which was an alright time. It's just like kind of D&D sounding like classic tavern music. And then I listened to a John Wick CD from the movie, which just hit, man. All the songs were pretty great on that. I also listened to a Spotify playlist called Women of Latin, which is just fantastic. You should look it up. Just got a bunch of different great artists who I can't pronounce the names of or do not know right off the top of my head because I'm just kind of freeballing this Phoenix Roost. But yeah, in the future, I hope to refine these a little bit more and get them like, I don't know, like I said, get some slides, maybe some footage of some of the things I'm talking about. But just in the interest of actually doing something and getting this shit out the way I want to, uh, here this is. I hope that you guys didn't hate this or that you even watch it at all. But like I said, it is your guys' turn, and I do hope to hear from you. You can post in the YouTube comments. You can post in the Facebook comments. If you're watching me on YouTube and you aren't a part of the Facebook group, I'm going to put a link below so that you can become a person in the Facebook group. It's a cool little community. It's like small, 200, 300 members. I think we're nearing 300 now, actually, which is really cool. And it's just nerdy shit. It's about all kinds of nerdy crap. We literally, you post memes, post about your games, post about nature nerd shit, space nerd shit, whatever you want. Board games, figurines, all of it. All of it's welcome. All of it's super cool and interesting. You guys are great. I love you. Have a great day.